Hey, what is going on, guys? It's Young here, and today I'm back in a Fortnite video. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys the best high sensitivity settings to use in this game. I wanted to make this video because a lot of my settings that I use personally are a little bit towards the low end, especially for my vertical and horizontal sensitivity. So I really wanted to make this video and show you guys, for those of you players who really like the high sensitivity settings, I want to show you guys some very good settings that you guys might really like and that can use if you guys are into high sensitivity settings. And real quick, before we get into the video, I have a Vbuck giveaway. I give away 2,000 V-Bucks every single Friday. So if you guys want to take part in this giveaway and win some free V-Bucks, all you guys have to do is to drop a like on this video. Make sure you guys do subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys do turn on post notifications so you guys get notified for every single new video and when I announce the winners. And lastly, leave a comment down below of either your Xbox gamer tag, your PSN gamer tag, or Epic account, and you guys will be automatically entered into the next giveaway. And lastly, make sure you guys do support me in the item shop. All you guys have to do is go down to the bottom right, click on support a creator, type in creator code YoungHumor, and you guys will have me added and supported as a creator in the item shop. And alright guys, let's go right to the video. Alright, so in this video, I want to show you guys the best high sensitivity settings to use in this game, because in a lot of my settings videos, I do tend to stay a little bit towards the lower end when it comes to sensitivities. I do prefer to have a very high editing and building sensitivity, but as far as my X and Y sensitivity, I do tend to stay a little bit towards the low end. So I want to show you guys the best settings and the settings that I recommend if you guys are looking for high sensitivity settings to use, because I know there's a lot of you guys who really do like high sensitivities. So what I have is a 1.9 for my building, a 2.0 for my editing, and then going down into my look sensitivity settings, I have a 55% for my horizontal speed, and then I have a 53% for my vertical speed. So these are the first few sensitivities that I have that are a little bit high. Now I really do like these settings a lot, and I'll explain all the advantages of it, because there is a ton of advantages from playing on a high sensitivity as compared to a low one. There's kind of a trade-off between low and high, but when the high sensitivity, you can have a lot of advantages. And I'll show you guys just a couple of them, but the main one that you have is going to be when it comes to flick shotting. You're going to be much more accurate, and it's just gonna be a lot faster to flick shot on a higher sensitivity. So if you're going in between, and also going in between players really quickly, so if you're playing duos or squads and you need to go in between players very fast, playing on a higher sensitivity is going to be your best bet, just because you're going to be able to go in between each of the players very quickly and also very effectively. And also another very good advantage of playing on high sensitivity settings is going to be when it comes to resetting your structures, because when you reset a wall, for example, or any structure in this game, you have to hover over that structure again, meaning that after you finish off an edit, you have to then rotate your crossover back over to the structure to re-edit it. And if you play on a high sensitivity, you're going to be able to go back to the structure much more quick. So it's going to be a very effective thing if you're looking to be able to reset your builds faster. So there is a major advantage of playing on a high sensitivity that I haven't really seen too many people talk about, and it's one thing that I've noticed a ton, especially for myself that plays on a little bit lower sensitivity. As far as my X and Y, I usually play on like a 46 or 45%, and playing on that, it definitely is slower when it comes to resetting your structure. So I have to be a lot more accurate when it comes to just my edits overall. So when it comes to resetting, it doesn't take me longer than I need to. But if you do like to play on a high sensitivity, being able to reset your walls very quickly is a major advantage. So as far as my building and editing sensitivity, I have a 1.9 and a 2.0. Now this is it feels just slightly slower than my normal. I usually play on a 45 or 46 with like a 2.5 building and editing, which is extremely fast. But I know for a lot of you players, this is going to be a very good building and editing sensitivity to use. I feel like I have a lot of control. I feel like I'm able to build fast if I need to. And of course, if the sensitivity is too fast, you can obviously raise it or lower it by a few points. But these are just my recommendations. I really do like these editing and building sensitivities a lot. I feel like I'm very quick with my builds. I feel like I'm very quick with my edits, and as you can see, I'm very fast when it comes to editing and resetting all of my structures. So that's why I really like this sensitivity a lot when it comes to building and also editing. I think it's very good. It's very fast, but also not too fast where I'm all over the place. I feel like I have just enough control. That's why I like the settings that I do. Now, as far as my ADS sensitivity, I have an 11% on both. And to be honest, I really can't control anything above it. Some of you guys maybe would like a little bit higher. I wouldn't recommend going over like a 13%. I think an 11% is kind of the best middle ground. If you want to, you can play an 11% and 10%, or maybe a 12%. whatever you guys think works the best. I personally would never go above an 11%. I just think it's a little bit too out of control, and at least for myself, I find it difficult to track players from range on anything above an 11. I think 11 is really good, but anything above it, I feel like I struggle when it comes to tracking other players. I feel like I'm overcorrecting. I feel like I just have not enough control. But if you guys do want to play on a higher ADS sensitivity, if you move up your look damping time, it actually makes it a lot better and at least a little bit more durable. So if you guys like a 13 or 14%, if you throw on a little bit of a look damping time, it actually helps you out a lot. And I feel like I don't have any problems aiming if I do have a look damping time on, but if I don't have it on, I can't go above like an 11%. So if you guys do like the 13% or 14%, just throw in a little bit of a look damping time, and it's going to help out your aim tremendously. So as far as my dead zones, I play 11%, 10%, and then I have no foot controller settings on because it adds input delay. And as far as the 11%, like I said, I think it's the best middle ground for sensitivity, because what I noticed about my ADS sensitivity is that when I played on a 9%, it was just slightly too slow. So if someone were to launch pad, if someone's using the grappler, or they're moving quickly, it was very difficult to track players on 9 in the sense of it felt just slightly too slow. But anything in above an 11 for myself, I'm just speaking from, my personal taste, anything above like a 12% was just too high to control. I feel like I was just missing too many shots. So honestly, when it comes to my ADS sensitivity, I stay in the ranges of 10 and 11%. But of course, it all just is a personal preference, which you guys feel the most comfortable with. But those are the settings that I would recommend that I think are the very best when it comes to aiming with the sensitivity, because that can be one of the downsides of playing on high sensitivity, is sometimes you could overcorrect your shots, and that's really the only downside. If you feel like you have enough control on high sensitivity, you can be very good. You're able to reset your edits quicker. You can be quicker at turning around flick shotting. I mean, there's just so many different advantages that you have when playing on high sensitivity, as long as you're not overcorrecting too much and are able to control it. So like I said, if you guys do like a little bit higher ADS sensitivity when you're aiming down your sights, putting on a little bit of a look damping time really helps out a lot. I was trying it out, and it really made a big difference when it comes to aiming. As you can see, I don't feel like I'm out of control with a little bit of a look damping time on. Now, as far as what look damping time to play on, it really is up to you. I recommend anything from like a 0.03, 0.04, all the way up to like a 0.08. I really don't go higher than 0.10 because then it feels like a little bit too much of like a delay, I guess. I don't know if the best way to put it, but it just definitely feels a little bit more sluggish on above a 0.10. But just having that little bit extra of a look damping time, I think makes all the difference if you guys do like higher sensitivities. And that same thing can be said when it comes to your high X and Y sensitivity. Having a little bit of a look damping time can help control your aim. So if you do feel like you're missing a lot of your shots on high sensitivity, definitely give that setting a try. Definitely maybe try like a 0.05 at first. If you think it's too much or too little, then make adjustments from there. So those are the high sensitivity settings that I really like and what I would recommend. So if I was using high sensitivity myself, these are the settings that I would use. I would think that anything above like a 50% is a high sensitivity. I know there's a lot of you guys out there maybe play on like a 60 or 70%, but playing from what I usually play on like a 40, I usually play on like a 46 to 45%. Anything above 50% I would consider a high sensitivity setting in this game. And that's the only thing you really have to look out for, is when you're coming to choose your sensitivity on the higher settings, that as long as you're not overcorrecting and as long as you're not, out of control, I think high sensitivity settings are the way to go, because they're very good for a lot of things when it comes to flick shotting, being able to turn around really quickly. So if you're getting shot in the back, or maybe you have to just turn around really fast for whatever reason, it can be very useful for a lot of things. But the only downfall is maybe overcorrection or just being a little bit out of control. But as long as you have really good control over your crosshair, as long as you have really good control over your shots, high sensitivity settings come with a lot of advantages, and I think it could be really good for the majority of players. But if you feel like your aim's struggling, then definitely you want to turn down your sensitivity just a little bit. And with that being said, that's what I'm for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys liked it, make sure you guys do hit that like button. Make sure you guys do subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Make sure you guys hit that notification bell so you guys can get notified for every single new upload. And as well, I do live stream every single day here on this channel at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, so definitely come by my live streams if you guys haven't already. Like I said, every single day here on this channel at 6 o'clock, I've been going on some really good win streaks. I've been getting a ton of kills, and it's a lot of fun. So if you guys haven't came by my live streams, just hit that notification bell so you guys will get a notification when I go live. But with that being said, I do appreciate you guys watching the video, and alright guys, I'll see you next video.